Hi y'all, this is Deidra here with Deidre's Daydreamers coming at you with a new video. And if you like this video, please click like, subscribe, and share this video with family and friends as I'm trying to grow my channel. And today, I have a special guest with me. I have my fiance Matthew with me.
Hello.
And we are going to do another series, video 2, in the series of astrology. And today we are going to be talking about Cancer and Pisces and their relationship together and how they coincide. And we will be asking each other kind of like, not really questions, but asking if we agree with what the segment says or not from the article. So we will be doing that. And so with that being said, let's get into the article. Okay, so the first segment is Cancer and Pisces trust. It's a good thing that Cancer is usually not aggressive or pushy, or they could easily get dishonesty from Pisces as a response to their tendency to create intimacy and a happy home at any cost. Pisces don't really understand marriage except as a part of fairy tale ending or because of all that lace, and Cancer will usually want a wedding as a crown of a loving relationship. This could be recognized as pressure to some point and could lead Pisces' partner to get scared. When Pisces get scared, they somehow fail to tell the truth, even on silly things in their life, because they feel they need to distance themselves from any pressure they might feel. This is a good thing that Cancer understands this and easily separates lies from intimacy. Whatever the situation, they will both probably be patient enough to have enough trust in one another for their relationship to work out. So what do you think?
It's true to a fault.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. We've had a couple of situations where this is pretty accurate. Okay, so we're on to the next section. Moving right along.
Cancer and Pisces communication and intellect. As changeable as Pisces are, they always have something to talk about. True. This can be inspiring or irritating to Cancer, who would maybe rather deal with real information. Usually they communicate just fine, but there are situations in which they could float away on an idea made out of words. Cancer is looking for someone with clarity on the use and the particularity of everything they mention. Pisces is everything but focused on particularity in almost everyday situations. If Pisces' partner learns to be more silent, relying on their feelings, and start fighting for what they wish for, they could sweep their Cancer off their feet. Unfortunately, their entire relationship will not last for very long if only words are spoken but deeds don't follow. Cancer's opposing sign is, after all, Capricorn, and they need a partner able to constructively use things, situations, and emotions.
So what do you think?
It's a mixed bag. For myself personally, as far as when it comes to real information, I'm the type of idiot who doesn't read for entertainment. I'm the idiot who's reading the VCR manual for information, or the dictionary, or the reference library. I have a card-carrying member. And everything that I happen to bring up word-wise is as accurate as humanly possible. And even when I have that failing, I take out my little phone and say, oh, look, yeah, there's where I messed up. And things like that. As far as actionable and being more concrete about things, my father made very sure that my more flighty tendencies of creativity were dashed, smashed, and, left a smoldering hulk as best one could describe. So Though I am creative in many different aspects and things like that, they are entirely grounded in the nuts, bolts, and minutia.
I would say, as far as it being inspiring or irritating to Cancer, who would maybe rather deal with real information, as they say, I'm normally very inspired by what he has to say, and I'm very rarely irritated, just because I've always been the type to want to be able to carry on intelligent conversations and not really be like, so babe, what's the weather like today, again, for like the 20th date.
How's that local sports team?
Yeah, like, we normally have like more adult-centered, like,
ideas and concepts.
Yeah, like, we communicate, and when we are talking, we're normally talking like not really for entertainment and like just information purposes, but to really understand the other person and kind of like where they're coming from. And I actually enjoy that because, like I said, I like having an intelligent conversation, and I've always dreamed of having somebody that would be able to carry on multiple conversations. Like, even like just recently, like Friday night, we were talking about some things, and it was very relatable, but we talked about things that kind of go along with communicating in the intellect. So I kind of agree with it to a little bit and not agree with it a little bit, because as far as it being irritating, I'm like rarely irritated. If I'm irritated by something, it's not really this section. So we're moving right along. Our favorite section, Cancer and Pisces and emotions. Cancer can understand the sensitive nature of their Pisces partner better than anyone else. Everything that seems easygoing and positive might have a hidden negative note in the Pisces world. And Cancer feels rather than listening, Cancer feels rather than listen, which makes them a perfect companion for someone like Pisces. When they sense this deep understanding, Pisces partner will return the favor by absolute tenderness and finally opening up to their Cancer partner. When they find the shared point of intimacy where true emotions they share, this will affect all other segments of the relationship and will be fueled to have a fairy tale ending. So what do you think about that?
True.
Yeah, this section's pretty true. Like, because when it talks about Cancer can understand the sensitive nature of their Pisces partner better than anyone else. Like, Matthew's even said on several occasions, you know me better than anybody else in the world. So, and he's been around the world a couple times. So, for him to say that, you know, that means a lot. I mean, at least I'm getting him some of the time. Okay, so the next segment is
values. This is where the difference in their character really comes to focus. As much as they will both value being loved and cared for, Cancer will value a stable emotional situation and a cozy home to come to, while Pisces will probably value any chance for an emotional roller coaster. It is often said that Pisces idealize partners and different things in life, but in fact they get depressed when there is no magic and perfect beauty surrounding them. If their day-to-day life with a Cancer partner becomes anything similar to a boring routine, they will find a way to run off, find a lover, or create any sort of truly exciting circumstances. Under no circumstances do I agree with this at the most base level.
And why is that?
As far as being a homebody, due to my proclivity for being very nerdish or geeky, I'm book-bound for the most part. Heck, I'm reading, a book that you gave me less than a day ago. It's almost complete. I'm the one who is building the studio, completely gutting the entire place from top to bottom to include the carpet. And it's not an emotional roller coaster. It's, instead of the Cancer wanting to have a stable emotional situation to come home to cozy, that would be my own wants, because where I've been and what I do on a rather consistent basis usually are not in the most friendly nor sanitary environments. So when I get home and whatnot, when she's not able to do things at the house, I'm the idiot who does it. And it just seems to work out more like that. But for the most part, 99.9% of everything in here, I completely disagree with.
If anything, I would say it's the reverse in this case, wouldn't you? Because I'm more of an emotional roller coaster, and you're more like, I am a homebody, and I do want a stable emotional environment. But with the bipolar, I am more up and down and around and all of those things emotionally. So I kind of feel like even though they did get Cancer right, they didn't get Pisces right. And if anything, I'm probably more the one to be on an emotional roller coaster than you are. And he's pretty stable, so thumbs down for that one. Okay, so next we have shared activities. So this should be interesting. When they meet and start their relationship, they probably will have a lot of things to do together. A relationship with Pisces partner is always exciting and inspirational. And Cancer will give it strength, stability, and roots. At the beginning, it may seem like a great arrangement, but in time, Pisces might want too much activity for what Cancer partner really needs. This wouldn't be much of a problem if they would say to their partner without fear of any one of them getting hurt. But if they start bending the truth, Cancer will feel their trust begin to fade and could begin a series of problems between them that could have been easily avoided. So what do you think?
Kind of 50-50.
I agree with the Cancer part because maybe not in shared activity, but when it comes to us and some parts of our relationship, like where it talks about if they would say this to their partner without fear of any one of them getting hurt, like that's more of an issue for me. Like, to be honest about my feelings or be honest about something that I'm upset about that maybe happened or that he did, and me not being forthcoming and saying, okay, this is going on. He more or less has to drag it out of me. And this, I really feel like, embodies that, if you would. Because in some regards to our relationship, it is not really, it's not a huge detriment in a relationship, but it is a hindrance when I have a hard time expressing my feelings and really being honest about the situation. And, so I kind of feel like this one was kind of like, it was true for the Cancer, but not so much for the Pisces again. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So next, we're going to do the summary, and I'll let Matthew do that.
Okay. Summary of the Pisces Cancer compatibility. As two water signs, Cancer and Pisces connect through emotions, usually as soon as they lay eyes on each other. This is one of the typical combinations of zodiac signs of love at first sight. Their main challenge is hidden in the changeable nature of the signs of Pisces, not because it is there, but because they might fear to show it. Their biggest problem lies in the fact that they are given priority to different types of love in their life. If passion and sensual sex love isn't there, Pisces will rarely be satisfied with the love they get from their family, and Cancer would find a life without a family nest very depressing. A fine balance needs to be made between excitability and stability, and they could be one of the most wonderful couples of the zodiac sign.
Okay, so I feel like this is pretty true, because when we met, like, it was pretty much love at first sight. Like, I knew within 3 days of talking to him that he was the one, and he knew pretty much on the first date. So it was pretty much like love at first sight situation. So that was pretty accurate. And I feel like for both of us, not just one, either Cancer or Pisces, that there needs to be a balance between excitement and stability. I would say for both of us, we both need the excitement in the relationship, and not normally when it comes like to intimacy, but like to like everyday life and having the spice of life and having like excitement in everyday life. And I think we both need stability, because we both just need that anchoring and need that sense of, at the end of the day, he gets to come home to me, and at the end of the day, I'm waiting for him to come home. And it's always a like reunion, like every day. Like, it's not like, oh well, babe just got home, womp womp. It's always like we're very excited to see each other, and it's almost like he's been gone for like 2 weeks, even though he just left this morning. So for us, our relationship is very excitable in that way, and I think it keeps the relationship going, and we don't get bored that way, and we're not like stale, even though we've been together 6 years now, and we're still in that pretty much honeymoon phase, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah.
And for most people, the honeymoon phase is not lasting like 6 years. Like, most people are like, oh well, we like are happy with each other, but we're bored with each other and stuff like that. Like, that's not the case for us at all. Like, I think we find excitement in the way and the things we talk about, and there's always something to talk about, because with him, he's like a walking dictionary. So he knows, like, what he knows, and he knows those things. Whereas me, like, I'm pretty flighty with what I know, so, like, I know, like, some medical stuff really well because I went to nursing school, but other than that, I only have experiences, like, life experiences, whereas he has life experiences, plus he had that book smart and book sense that I don't really have, so that creates a huge excitement in our relationship. And as far as stability, like, I think we create stability for each other in the relationship. So it's more like when it talks about being stable at home and creating a home environment and things of that nature, that's very true for me. And I think he could relate and say that me being that way makes him want to come home. And not only just because of me, but he wants to come home because he is that homebody, and he does need that time to recharge and have that stability at home. So that was the end of this one. But I do want to ask if there's anything you would add as far as the relationship goes between Pisces and Cancer. I would like you to talk about the crab as far as like the exterior and the interior, and the Pisces. I would like you to talk about that because I thought that was so interesting to learn about myself and him, and he knows about it, so I'm gonna let him tell us about that.
Okay. Example right here, the drawing itself. Of course, myself being Pisces, 2 fish of opposing character. It's one of the more strange things in my life that has always kind of perked itself up, be it from my astrological sign of Pisces or my affiliation with the yin and yang of martial arts. There's always that balance that just has to be there. Whereas I try and, learn more things and do and experience more things and whatnot. She has a habit of, watching the same film.
The repeat button.
Yes.
The repeat button.
If ever anyone is watching this has a 5-year-old that they can't imagine watching the end of Frozen again for the 50th time in one day, I love her for it. But with that, I'm always trying to introduce her to new things, new experiences, and things like that, to where she does have that variety. She does have that, exposure to different things. But I never force it. It's never too much. It's just, I want her to experience things that, she normally wouldn't. And, just like the crab or whatnot, she is extremely grounded in the sense that, she loves being home. She will always be in the sun as much as possible, even on the rainiest of days. Whereas I'm like the fish hopping from puddle to puddle to puddle to puddle to puddle. It's just one of the things.
Talk about the I want you to talk about the differences between your water sign and my water sign as far as what you would say about that, and also about where, remember you were talking about the crab and the actual crab and how it relates to you know what I mean, like the hard shell and the squishy inside.
Yeah, exactly.
That part.
Okay, well, for crab in particular, just like the actual living thing, has a hard shell exterior. It is rough. It is, non-decorative in a lot of regards. It's a protective thing. Some cancers manifest that in an outward actual hardness in personality or in mannerisms and things like that, or even an impenetrable defense in getting to know them. However, almost every Cancer I've ever met in my life has soft, squishy, emotional insides that are, that will gush out as soon as you, hold them tight enough. As far as my water sign with Pisces and whatnot, there is a duality, just as the sign showcases. I treat others as I wish to be treated, and I can reflect back, usually at times either extremely tender, with extreme tenderness, or with extreme forcefulness. Case in point, back when I was doing military police work, if my whole mode of operation was 90% of the time I would meet people on the worst day of their life, and I would always enter that situation with the mindset, okay, they might be having the worst day of their life. I'm going to try and be the best person they meet that day, if it is the worst day of their life. And that's kind of how it was. However, as the situation dictated from their own actions, I may also be the potentially last person they see on the earth. just depending on the severity of which they decided to take it.
Well, I really enjoyed doing this segment. And do you have anything you would like to add to this segment?
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I don't have anything to add to this segment. And I hope you really enjoyed this segment of this series. There will be one more segment, and Matthew will be joining me for that. And so be on the lookout for video number 3. And with that being said, dream big, Deidre's Daily Dreamers. Dream big. Bye-bye.